What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the studio. So, today, I don't have no gaming news. I don't have no anime stuff, no My Hero Academia, none of that. I don't even have any comic book related news or nothing, which I will be doing more comic book reviews coming soon because I just read like a whole weekend's worth of comics this past weekend. But if you've seen my Instagram the past couple of days, or if you've seen, my what's it called, the little post we can make on YouTube when you reach a certain amount of subscribers, that it's Suicide Prevention's month. September is geared towards suicide prevention. And even though, yes, to some people, that's not a big thing because, everybody has lives, and I don't knock y'all for, doing what you can on a daily basis. You focus on your life and all that stuff, which is a good thing. Keep your head up. But today I wanted to share, we should talk about mental health and how mental health is a very, very important thing. And you should always take a day out, maybe a day, maybe two. Hell, sometimes even you don't have to take a day out, maybe like an hour or two or three to yourself and just sit back, relax, breathe, take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, all you got is yourself. So I'll share a little story with y'all on how I got myself to where I'm at today when it comes down to my mental health and what led me to who I am today. So I'm 27. If you never knew my age, I'll be 28 in January. And, this day and age, people my age, people that I went to school with and stuff, some of us, we are just barely getting by. We are scraping by. Some of us might seem like we got it all together. And if we do get it all together, that's a blessing because times is hard nowadays. And like, with me, I was in the service. I was in the Army. You might have heard me say this a couple times through a couple videos that I actually was enlisted from like 2016 to the beginning of 2020. And when people say that, check up on your friends, especially the ones that are enlisted, they are not joking. Yeah, you might see it in a meme here and there, but they're not joking. Like sometimes it can be tough. I don't care what job you got in the Army. I don't care what you do in the Army. Or matter of fact, I don't care what you do in the military. We all go through it. Marines, Navy, Army, Air Force, Space Force is a thing now, but I don't know much about them, so I can't really speak on them. We all make them jokes about, Marines eat crayons, Air Force, Chair Force, Army, Navy, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we all put on a uniform, we all go out and we all do something for our country and stuff. Some people join the military to, pay for school. Some join to take care of the family. Some people join because everybody has their reasons. Every reason is a good reason. No matter what somebody tells you, every reason is a good reason. But the one thing that we don't really think about once we leave basic training in AIT is how alone we feel when we get to that first duty station. I was stationed out in Fort Riley, Kansas. If you don't know much about Fort Riley, Kansas, it's the Big Red One. If you play Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure they done put it in the Call of Duty game somewhere because Call of Duty does a lot of war stuff. So I can't remember what game because I don't really play Call of Duty like that. But I was stationed out that way. When I tell you it's bumfuck nowhere, it is bumfuck nowhere. Like, there is nothing out there. It's 2 hours out to get to certain cities just to have fun. And at that time, I was by myself. I got into a relationship, got married, and, that was somebody I was close with. So we're going to fast forward past all that because don't want to make this video any longer than it need to be, but it's also an important video. At a time, things started to fall apart, and I was left alone. I was in a state, in a town, in a city that I did not know anybody. This is before I met my, roommates, Howard and, Churchwell, all them guys. This is before I met them. I was by myself. And when I tell you, when you're left with your own thoughts and you start thinking about all the negative instead of the positive, that shit takes over. And I never thought that it would take over like it took me over at that time. Now, I have dealt with depression before I joined the military. This is way before. I was a teenager, like 17, 16, 18 years old. And like, it was minor stuff that I was depressed about, But this here was something big. Compared to when I was a teenager, I still had my friends. I was still at home. I could call up a friend. We go hang out, other stuff. I feel better by the end of the day. But here was something totally different. I couldn't call a friend. I could call a friend, but that only did so much. I didn't know anybody. So when I was eat, sleep, do your PT, come back home. I was a cook, so go to work, come back. It was rough. It was rough. I had got hurt where I got this little nasty little burn on my chest that went down from the middle of my chest all the way down to my thigh. So it was a lot. And it was like starting to take a toll on me as days went by. And as days kept going and going and going, I stopped showing up to work. My NCOs was worried. Like, at first, they just thought I was trying to skip work because nobody wanted to be a cook. Like, let's be real. Being a cook was not fun. But it got from, Walker's just skipping out on work to we're really worried about Walker because Walker's really not. He's acting different. Like, he's not all there. So one day I went home. This is before I found out my friend Mike, and I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel in the descriptions below. He makes music, so hopefully you guys can go check out his music. Same thing with his Spotify and whatnot. I found out that he lived there, and I hit him up and wanted to know what he was getting into and all that stuff because I didn't know he was there. But as he was trying to invite me out, I was fighting that. Like, I was just like, nah. Because I got into that point of depression to where I didn't want to do anything. Like, I got to that point to where even things that excite me, I didn't want to do. I had, just bought the PlayStation 4. I had the Xbox, all that stuff. Y'all know, due to the channel, I play a lot of video games. Didn't even want to do that. Didn't want to watch anime. Didn't want to do anything, bro. Like, honestly, I just did not want to do anything. I just came home and forced myself to sleep. When I mean forced myself to sleep, I would take like Benadryl and I just didn't want to be awake. I just didn't want to deal with anything. Phone be on Do Not Disturb. I'll wake up the next day, 38 missed calls, 20 text messages, and it'd be all from family, friends, seeing if I'm all right because they knew I was going through that time where it's like they knew I was going through it. It was to a point where I wasn't even putting everybody has the moments where they go on Facebook and they put up the depressing types of Facebook posts. I wasn't even doing that. So it got to a point where they were doing wellness checks on me, and it just got to a point where it was just all I got tired of it. I got tired of feeling sad. I got tired of feeling hopeless. I got tired of feeling sorry for myself because I'm I did the best I could. Honestly, I did the best I could as a man, as a person, as a human being, because we can only do so much. You can only do so much to where you can still be yourself, but also, be a decent human being. And it was hard because, I'm trying to be myself and also be an outstanding husband at the same time, being an outstanding soldier and also doing all this stuff. And it all just weighed in on me. So I went and visited my mom because she had moved to Seattle at the time. And when she was up there, she told me something that I kind of carry to this day. And, me and my mom, we are somewhat close. I mean, we're close to when it comes down to certain things. But the one thing that she had told me that I should try was, one, I need to go to therapy. And at that time, I was like, man, nah, bro, ain't nothing wrong with me, bro. Like, fuck that shit, dog. Therapy, man, nah. Therapy's for, insane people. Like, I've always thought, people that are, batshit crazy. But after she came in and told me about, how, your first try, sometimes it's always going to be a fail. I married young. I was 23, 22 years old when I got married. And I expected that to work out because I've known her for so long, but it didn't work out. And I look back at it now at the age that I am, still young, still got a lot in the tank, still got a lot ahead of me, still got life to live. I look back at it and I'm like, there's a lot of things I could have done differently. I don't put all the blame on her because my mother says, I was immature. A lot of people said I was immature when it came down to that marriage. And I look at myself how I am now compared to how I was back then. Still a little bit immature. Don't get me wrong. Still am, But at least I'm man enough to admit that. When it comes down to certain things, I am. But I'm like, when it comes down to like handling like bills, doing things that a man is supposed to do, when it comes down to handling his money, handling what he has to do, make sure his family's straight, make sure that, the people that, who helped me get to where I am is straight. Oh, yeah, it's guaranteed I helped them out regardless. And she told me that it's okay to fail. It's okay to look at what you done and did wrong. Take what you've done wrong and apply it to what you can do right in the future. And that's what I've been doing since day one. I've been learning from my fuck ups. I learned that I ain't always gonna be perfect. Then when I decided to go see the therapist, because the military, they have therapists on post it's called behavioral health. And if anybody who's in the service is listening to this, use it. Use it. Some of you might not think it's the best thing. Your first couple tries with them might not be the best, because mine wasn't. I'm not even gonna lie. But over time, you will see progress in where your mentality is, like your mental, the way you think about things, the way you see things, the way you see life. I see life in a whole different perspective ever since I did my last couple visits with behavioral health before I got out of the military. And my last session with the therapist, I'll never forget that. I forgot the doctor's name, but I'll never forget what he said, though. And what he said was, you got to live life for you and you alone. When you decide to take on somebody else as, like a spouse, partner, wife, girlfriend, whatever, y'all got to work as a unit. And as y'all work as a unit, y'all work as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. And as time went on, I learned that he's like, you can't force things either. Things come and when they're ready, and he brought in God because, if you're religious, I'm religious to a certain extent. He was like, he has a plan for everybody. It just might not be in your cards right now. But what you can do for the time being is enjoy life and just take it day by day. You can only do so much in your power. Don't force it. Don't let nobody force something on you if you're not ready for it. Yes, some people might not be happy with the decisions that I've made in the past couple years. I mean, there's only been one person that I know that's been not okay with the stuff I've been doing with my life, but that's them. We're not really worried about them. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with what my future it holds. YouTube's been good to me. Y'all see that, 1,000 views is not 1,000 views, but 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, it's not a lot, but as I've seen more tips, people telling me, hey, you should try this when it comes to YouTube. Actual YouTubers that have more than me who are actually getting paid are reaching out saying like, hey, you should try this, you should try that. That builds more positivity. And that's what I've also learned, that we should always be positive towards one another at the end of the day. I don't know what homie next door is going through. So when I see him, ask him how he doing, chat it up with him for a little bit, crack a little joke, make him laugh, because you never know what somebody's going through. I feel like that's what you should at least do that with at least one stranger, at least. We ain't sitting there saying you got to get their phone number, invite them out to dinner and all that stuff. But I mean, if you want to go that far, by all means, go that far with them. But when it comes down to just getting to be positive and just spreading the love, it shouldn't be that hard. We live in a world now to where things is just cancel culture. I feel like everything's just full of hate. Like you get on social media and it's all you see is just hate. And it's like, why we got to be like this? Not gonna understand, we crack jokes about each other, make fun of each other for a little bit and all that stuff. But there's things like, Boosie hating on Lil Nas X. Like, let the dude live his life, man. I mean, it's funny when Lil Boosie be clowning Lil Nas X, but at the end of the day, I'm like, does he really hate the kid or what? Because the kid's just living his life. All right, he just doing what he want to do. Like Boosie does what he wants to do. That's pretty much what life is all about. And so how did I get to where I'm at today in my life, especially with my mental and my mental health and all that stuff, is I learned that you can't please everybody. I tried it countless times. And some days I just give up on it because it's just like, hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, my peace of mind and my peace is something that I care about more than trying to please people that I barely even know. You know, people's opinions on me used to really bother me back in the day, but now it's just like, even if my family says something negative about me, I know deep down inside that they still love me for me, because they love me because, we're family. Same thing with my close friends and stuff. They might say something, but at the end of the day, I treat them like brothers and sisters, because that's how I see them. If you got that support system, that's a good thing, because I know some folks that don't have that. And it's sad because of the fact that they wanted a support system, but the people that they wanted to support them just wasn't there to support them. So they had to build their own in a way to where, like, they had to get it on their own. They had to get it out the mud, however you want to say it. So I see myself, like I said, YouTube's going great. Been told I'm not college material because of, how certain people think, and they think that I don't study or nothing. But honestly, college is actually pretty easy. I mean, I wasn't good at it before I joined the military, but this is a whole different ball game. 22 Dominic versus 27, 28-year-old Dominic is two whole different people. And I just had to learn that, hey, yo, just buckle down. School's always going to be hard. Education is always going to be hard. Certain classes you're not going to click with, but hey, it is what it is. So, I mean, I just tell folks, when it comes down to your mental health, one, fuck everybody else and what they think. If you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. Therapy, like I said, I thought therapy was just for like really whacked out crazy people. But no, everybody needs somebody to talk to every now and then. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you soft. If you got friends that you could talk to, by all means, go to your friends and talk to them. That's what they're for. That's what friends are for. They're there to, if you got their back, they got yours. I've been called weak and I depend on my friends, because it's like, no, I don't depend on my friends at all. But if they have a problem and they need somebody to talk to, hey, they can call my phone. Same thing with them. I can call them when I have an issue. I have a problem, need somebody to talk to. People who think like that probably don't have friends they can call on and talk to. That, when they're feeling like life is just really just giving it to them, they have nobody to talk to. And that's sad. So when people sit there and say stuff like that, I'm like, do you have anybody to talk to? And they usually sit there and try to act tough and be out like, I don't need nobody to talk to, bro. I'm tough. I got this. I got no, bro. You need somebody to talk to. We're not sitting there saying this has to be an episode of Dr. Phil or nothing. But I'm like, sometimes venting can also help too. Venting has helped me recently. Like, venting a lot of stuff that's been happening, it's helped me out a lot, to a point to where I have a clear mind, clear head, and I can go handle what I need to handle. Living up to other people's expectations. Just live up to your own expectations. Because at the end of the day, all you got is you. At the end of the day, I learned to live up to my expectations. Fuck whoever else's expectations or what the fuck they want. I could hardly care less about other people's expectations of me. Because at the end of the day, it's not like they're paying any bills. It's not like they're helping me with anything. So when they sit there and try to hit you with that, oh, I had expectations for you and this, and this, fuck them. Like, for real, fuck them. Like, honestly, fuck them. That's all I can say to that, fuck them. But when it comes down to your mental health, I'm gonna end this video, y'all, but your mental health is just like your physical health. You got to keep up to date with your physical health. You got to keep up with your physical health, and you got to keep up with your mental health. You go to a doctor to see if you're in good shape, get your physicals done, all that jazz. You should do the same thing with your mental health. A lot of things happening. A lot of things has been happening. COVID, some people say the election. Just a lot of stuff is going on. And I know we all need somebody to talk to. Somebody's got affected somehow, some way during these 2 years. So I highly suggest you find somebody that you trust, that you can talk to. Talk to them. They talk to you. Y'all share knowledge and stuff. Hell, y'all find something that makes you happy. Gaming makes me happy. Playing video games make me happy. Comics, anime, sports sometimes. Getting back into skateboarding, getting back into playing the guitar. Find something that makes you happy. Take your mind off of the daily life and the struggles that we all go through, and just relax. Just ease your mind. Think about what you want in life. Think about your future. That's what makes me happy a lot, to think about what my future holds with all the stuff that I'm doing. You know, my future has a lot of doors, and I'm about to open every last one of them motherfuckers, because I have a lot ahead of me, and I'll be damned if I let somebody stop that. Just think about something that really makes you happy. Go talk to somebody that really makes you happy. Go do something that makes you really happy. Because at the end of the day, I want you to be happy. I want you to be safe. I want you to be able to, live the life you want to live, rather other people like it or not. So if you're an OnlyFans creator, by all means, go make the best OnlyFans content you can make. YouTube, go ahead, make the best content out there, because my content ain't that great some days, but hey, I still make it though. You want to be the best, stripper, go be the best stripper out there, man. Think about it, go out there, own it, do what you can, if you want to be a perfectionist, be the most best perfectionist, whatever you want to call it, whatever. I'm just stuttering at this point. But what I'm saying is, to end this video, is that your mental health should always be a priority. Don't ever put it back. Don't ever ignore it. Don't ever try to put it to the side, because if you're not all right in the head, you're not going to be all right in anything that you do. Just plain and simple, man. Just plain and simple. But that's why I always end my videos. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Truly be safe. Because like I said, it's mean in these streets. And, just be safe. That's all I can say. It's your boy. More content coming. Got some anime stuff coming for you guys. For all you anime fans that's been saying like, hey, where the anime stuff at? I got something for y'all. And more stuff. More subscribers too, because I'm starting to see each day I gain more and more. So I appreciate y'all. I really do. So this helps my mental health. It shows that y'all appreciate my stuff. So I appreciate y'all. But other than that, guys, I love y'all. Please be safe. Peace.